Networking Arizona with host Carol Blonder. You'll hear interviews with businesses located throughout the valley. Networking, it makes a difference.
If I traded it all.
Welcome to the show, everyone. I am so excited about the fact that it's already December, 8th?
Yep.
It's crazy. And that the holidays are around us. And I have to say this is a perfect time for my first guest to be here. We're live on Facebook, so hi to everybody out there. Like us and follow us. We're going to share the show later on. I have with me Mike Salazar, and he's the owner of Pass Fire Protection. Now, why did I say this is the perfect time for you to be on? And that's because Christmas trees can go up, and people are doing a lot of cooking. Welcome back to the show. You've been coming on my show for like 4 years. We've been talking a little bit about that. Thank you for your support and all of that. I want you to tell everybody a little bit about Pass Fire Protection, but what Pass represents.
Okay, Carol, no problem. Yeah, PASS we came up with to use as the acronym for using a fire extinguisher. Everybody knows it around the country, around the world. It's pull, aim, squeeze, sweep. So we just thought it would be appropriate so that when people ask us, we could introduce how to use fire extinguishers in the process of talking about our name. And it's important, like you said, this time of year because a lot of things could go wrong with the lights, the dead trees, over using extension cords. There's a lot of reasons that there may be a fire, and you want to make sure you have that extinguisher on hand and know how to use it.
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to open up the lines to the audience and let everyone call throughout the rest of the show to get entered in to win a fire extinguisher. Now, I know that this is not a weed whacker.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's probably better than a weed whacker because everybody needs to be protected. And one of the things that you have said, even if you think that you have a fire extinguisher, you're fine. I have one at home, and it's like 5 years old, right? Tell them what happens to an old fire extinguisher.
Well, a lot of times if those things get hidden, we don't even know we have them until we start moving or collecting our stuff. We're pulling out all these
that's
bins.
where it is.
Yeah, we're looking for our ornaments. We end up finding an extinguisher. And we've had that happen. People bring them to us to look at them, and they're like from 1970 and stuff like that. Pretty old.
Nice.
But what happens is that powder inside there just solidifies, so it gets hard. So when you go to try to use the extinguisher, nothing's going to come out. And that's why it's important to maintain those things and make sure they're not super old.
Yeah, make sure they're not super old because guess what? When you need it, it ain't working. And that's for sure. And a lot of people, you say, don't even know how to, when they go to do it, they don't know how to do it. So when you say that everyone knows what it is, in your world they do, but they don't really know how to use it, a fire extinguisher.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And that's why we like to talk about it and demonstrate how to use it. Even though it's a simple thing and it looks very simple, unless you try it, you don't realize how difficult it may be under that stress of trying to use it when you need it. You're not thinking about, let's pull, aim, squeeze, sweep this fire extinguisher. You're thinking about, oh my God, there's a fire. Oh my God, what am I going to do? Oh my God. And you're panicking. That's why it's good to practice. They always talk about practicing, right? Practice makes perfect.
How many times do you practice using your fire extinguisher? I want to know that. Most people never do.
No. They practice hiding it, I'm sure. It's an eyesore. We don't want it out. It doesn't look good.
How many times do people have them even in their businesses? And they have no idea where they are.
Most people don't. They don't pay attention to it because it's something that's there. It's always there, and they never realize it's there until you go to inspect it or you ask them, where it's at, because you might not even be able to find it. Like, it used to be right here, or people use them for door stops sometimes. Or
nice.
Yeah, it's nice
I'm sure
and heavy.
You like that.
Yeah, it's easy.
Well, here's the thing, folks. There isn't a bad time for him to be on to reminding people of how your fire extinguishers are working for you, because safety is number one. You could be driving around, get a fire in your car. It happens a lot. Even to new cars. I think a Tesla's gone up a couple times,
Oh, yeah, those electric cars are something else.
Yeah. So they actually should come with them, but they don't. So that's why you come in handy. And we've got our lines open here for everyone to get entered in to win a fire extinguisher. Whether you use it in your home, in your boat, in your office, you need one and you need a new one. So our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. Everyone's getting entered in to win one, and everyone is also can call throughout the rest of the show. I want people to understand, too, you can help people even understand how to use them, right?
Yes.
You can go, let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. Well, using the fire extinguishers, it is basic to us because we do it all the time, but there is that pull. It's just pull the pull pin. But a lot of times people struggle with that because they're holding onto the handle the wrong way. So when they're trying to pull the pull pin, they're squeezing down on it with the handle so they can't get it out, or they bend it and now it's not going to come out. So, you need to pull that pull pin, aim at the base of the fire, not at the fire, because if you aim at the base, when the powder hits, it's going to go and spread over it. If you aim at the fire, the powder is going to shoot past the fire. It's not going to do any good.
See, I've learned that before. I love that about him. This is what I love about my show the most. Where else but then at Networking Arizona, you're going to learn how this information. Go ahead.
That's it. And then you want to pull the handle. You want to squeeze that handle so that that powder is going to come out. And then you're just going to sweep the hose back and forth over the flame, over the fire, so that it'll extinguish it. And then once you get it extinguished, you want to pay attention to it. Don't turn your back on it, but make sure it doesn't flare up again. Make sure it is out. Then get a hold of somebody, come help you clean up your mess, get rid of the fire. Hopefully, it didn't do any damage. An extinguisher will save you a lot of money in fire damage, smoke damage. It can put it out. It can put it out fast, so you don't have to worry about other things. So if you learn how to use it, it can save you time and money.
Now, your business, okay, you can go into businesses and help them have plans. And we want to talk a little bit about that. But for anybody, and you do come to homes and you do help people, you do want them to understand of how to use the fire extinguisher properly. Also, having your fire extinguisher checked. You might already have one. Maybe it's only a few years old. Yep. Maybe it should be checked. You'll do that as well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And that's important to have it serviced just like anything else that you have in your house.
Would you think that you would have to have your fire extinguisher serviced? But you do.
No, even smoke detectors, right? We don't think about it till the battery starts beeping. We don't look at them. We don't think about them. But then it wakes us up in the middle of the night. We're frustrated. Hopefully we don't remove them and leave them off. But,
right, that's what most people do. Yeah. In the middle of the night. Dang it! And then they take it and they pull it off. And then the next thing, they've forgotten to do it.
Yep.
That's really bad.
Exactly. So again, the extinguishers are kind of like those smoke detectors. They're not thought about until you need them. So then when you do need them, you want to make sure they work right.
Well, we've got our lines open here for everyone to get entered in to win a fire extinguisher. Maybe you want to give to somebody who's getting in this time of the year. It's a great time to give them a fire extinguisher for the holidays. Maybe you know somebody who's getting a new house, or maybe they've got a new office. What a cute thing to do. That would be a great idea.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And they're versatile. You can keep them in the kitchen with you. You can take them outside and use them around the barbecue pits.
Yeah, that's another really important place.
Yeah, take them with you in your car. We do see those car fires often. You can help yourself or help somebody else.
People have more than one in their homes, in their offices, and
I think so. Yeah, because you don't want to run around looking for it when you need it. You want to be able to get
God, where is it?
Yeah, exactly.
So we've got our lines open here. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. Give yourself a gift of fire protection by getting yourself, or for somebody else, a fire extinguisher. 602-277-5369. You work statewide when you work with people, and we're going to come back and talk a little bit about what you do for businesses and things like that. You do free consultations. He's rated with the Better Business Bureau. Again, works statewide. You can check him out on his website, which is passfireprotection.com. You can also call them direct. Their phone number is 602-833-9117. What pass means is pull, aim, squeeze, and sweep. Get entered in to win. Everyone should have one, especially a new one. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Hang tight. We'll be back in just a minute.
Knowing Treating every client is different. Anna von Strassenberg, CPA, PLLC, prides herself by offering ethical, accurate, and professional guidance when it comes to accounting, tax, and consulting services like tax return preparation, tax projections, proactive tax planning, IRS representation, QuickBooks, Pro Advisors, and more. For more information or to schedule a free consultation, call 480-964-4030. That's 480-964-4030. Services available year-round. ArizonaCPAs.com.
Hi, this is Darcy Bergen with Bergen Financial Group. Did you know that interest rates are the highest they've been in 2 decades? Maybe you should relook at your retirement portfolio and add fixed rates and lock them in as long as you can. Back in 1984, we sure wish we would have locked in CDs at 10%. Also, if you're close to retirement and you'd like a retirement guide or my new book, go to retirewithdarcy.com or give me a call at 480-430-2337.
Hey, this is Howie.
And me, Javi. Bravo Insurance Agency offers financial and lifestyle protection for those you love from an agency you can trust.
Gain the financial lifestyle security you deserve.
Proudly serving individuals, families, veterans, and America's small business community since 1985.
For a free, no-obligation consultation, call us at 480-316-7862. That's 480-316-7862.
Like us on Facebook.
Tired of paying high hourly fees when you need a plumber? With Cobra Plumbing, you get the same great service as the other guys, but you pay by the job, not the hour. So if you have a residential plumbing issue, don't wait. Call Cobra Plumbing today. Plus, our work is guaranteed. So call us today for your free estimate. Call 602-663-8432. That's 602-663-8432. To see a list of our complete service offerings, go to cobraplumbing.net.
Fellow patriots, my friend Solar Sandy is very aware that the economy is affecting you. And yet again, there will be another SRP rate increase and the highest APS rate increase record before the year is over. You've already seen some of the highest power bills this summer, but they will be even worse next summer without Solar Sandy's help. Solar Sandy has a solution that stops your bills from going up ever again.
Hi, I'm Art. Solar Sandy's 10 years experience in kilowatt formula has given me true savings and excellent results. APS's rate increase this year and in the future will not be an issue for me because of my solar. I don't pay APS bills anymore. I'm very happy I went with Solar Sandy. You will be too.
10 years of experience, her proprietary kilowatt solar formula has helped her solar families achieve energy independence. Go to AskSolarSandy.com. That's AskSolarSandy.com and fill out your kilowatt worksheet today.
If I traded it all.
Everybody's lucky that's listening to this show right now because we have our lines open for everybody to get entered in to win a fire extinguisher. We are so excited about that because I have Mike Salazar. He's the owner of Pass Fire Protection, and we've been giving away fire extinguishers on the show for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
And people, listen up. You need, if you think you have one and it's been around for a while, it probably doesn't work. You need a new one. You need to have them maintained. And by the way, maybe it's a good gift to give to somebody. I think it's a great. Now, we're going to talk about the difference between some of the different fire extinguishers out there because believe me, just like anything else, there's fire extinguishers and there's fire extinguishers. So our number here to call in and get it is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100, and you get to call throughout the rest of the show. So everyone gets entered in to win. Now, let's talk about the difference between some of them and between something like what you're going to be giving out.
Yeah, there's different types out there, and there's some that are less expensive and more affordable, which is good to have something than not have anything at all. But we were talking about the extinguishers that come with the plastic heads. They're pretty much like a one and done. There's not a lot you can do with them after you use them. They still are good, but they're not going to last as well. We sell and maintain the ones that have the metal heads, so you can refill them if you use them. You can recharge them. You can perform all the maintenances to them without having to get rid of them.
Wow.
And so you want to make sure that you have a good extinguisher that is rated for the use.
Right.
There's so many different styles out there and types.
So you use the top rated ones.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Just,
right? And of course, there's different sizes as well. And I was asking you about that because I said, what's the smallest one? You said a little 2-pounder.
Yeah, 2.5 pound.
2.5 pounder. But you said the best is really to get a 5-pounder.
Yes, absolutely, because that's the minimum that they want in the commercial building. And if it's good enough for a commercial building, you know it's going to be good enough for your house.
Yeah.
Why? That's where you spend a lot of time. That's where we do things at our home that we wouldn't always do at our workplace because we know people are watching. At our home, we could take more risks. So it's better to have a better extinguisher at your house.
Well, of course. Listen, if you're not a great cook, you better have a good fire extinguisher,
yes.
right?
Or what if you're mixing all your paints or your stains?
In your
garage,
what I mean?
And your
that's a
rags
great
are
place
sitting
one.
there. Yeah, you never know what's going to happen. You wouldn't do that in your office, but at your house, there's a lot of things you'll do that
right.
you won't do here.
And the other thing is that you want to know where it is, you want to know how to use it, and Mike can help with that as well.
Yes.
So we've got our lines open here for everyone to get entered into win. It is a fire extinguisher. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. I'm going to say this, real estate agents, what a great gift to give to every single person that buys a house from them.
Yes.
Right?
Protect their asset.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Oh, we've got to come up. That's going to be a really good tagline right there for you from now on. And so, again, maybe it's you or someone that you know. Call in here throughout the rest of the show, 602-277-5369. You can always call them directly. They do free consultations. You work with both businesses and so both residential and commercial. He works statewide. He's rated with the Better Business Bureau. You could check him out on his website. It's PASS, P-A-S-S, fireprotection.com. PASS stands for pull, aim, squeeze, and sweep. You can call him at 833-9117. I want to talk a little bit about, too, different sprinklers. You said now that people they're building homes more with sprinklers now than ever.
Yeah,
and you could check those too?
There's a lot of houses around the valley that have sprinkler systems in them that never get checked on because there's nobody regulating that. And not that they need to regulate it, but it would be a good idea to get your sprinkler systems checked as well because it'll help you with your insurance. It'll help you know at night that the reason why you have this fire sprinkler system is to protect you. You want to make sure it's going to work as well. So if nobody ever looks at it, you don't know if it's going to work when it's needed. And we never know when it's going to be needed. That's why it's there and it works without your operation.
And most of the time when you go to use it, it doesn't work.
If the water's shut off, it won't. And if
I don't
you
mean
can
that. That was the fire extinguisher.
Oh, the fire extinguishers, yeah, same thing. They won't work, yeah.
Yeah, but that mean, of course, your sprinklers better be working. You hoping.
Well, that's it. Yeah, if you don't know, you don't know. And then you look at it and you think you have it, but you don't really know if it's going to work. This is a good idea to get them checked.
So when you go into a business, tell them what you do with that.
Well, when we go into businesses, that's what we are doing. We're checking on their fire extinguishers. We're checking on their fire sprinkler systems, their fire alarm systems.
Do you help with plans of what to do?
We can help assist if they don't have any ideas, but a lot of times they have somebody's come up with like an evacuation plan. But yes, we like to train them on the operation of the extinguishers, try to train them on the operation of the sprinkler systems, fire alarm systems, all those things, because we're not there all the time. So somebody needs to have somewhat of an understanding and then know who to call to come get those things repaired timely.
With whether it's your business or your home, you want to know how to use them. You want to know that they work. You know what? They need to be maintained as well. Now, these are quality fire extinguishers. And so we've got our lines open here for everyone to get entered in to win. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Get yourself some peace of mind and have one that works, that you know works, and also you're going to learn exactly how to use it. And from Mike. So our number here again, 602-277-5369. Call in, and I'm going to let everyone call throughout the rest of the show. A fire extinguisher. I want to talk about cars real quickly because, we usually think of cars that go on fire as the old ones.
Yeah.
Not true.
No.
Not true at all.
No, they're starting to see fires happening with these electric cars, and sometimes it's not just the car, but it's the outlets that they're plugging in. Some people aren't even putting in the right outlets. They're hiring people that aren't installing a big enough outlet, or they're not connect. They might be just jumping it off something else. So you really want to get the right outlet. You want to get it installed correctly, because you don't want to generate too much heat that's going to cause a fire at your own house, let alone, as you're driving. Some of these batteries they're working all these issues out. With anything that's new, we don't know the problems until we start getting the problems.
Happening.
Yep.
And I knew somebody who was outside in his barbecue, and he was making something, and it blew up. And he wishes he had a fire extinguisher because he got hurt pretty bad. Look at Jay Leno.
Yeah.
What happened to him? He got hurt in his garage on his cars. You could be working there should be at least how many? One in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
One in your office.
Yep.
One in the garage.
Yep, and one by your barbecues. I mean, where do we keep those things? We
and
keep
by
them
your car.
in
your car.
Our porches. We keep them next to our houses. We don't keep them away. So if those things catch, the very next thing it's going to catch is that wall or that porch on fire. But if you have that extinguisher, like I said, a lot of times you're going to be putting out something that fast, which is going to cause a lot less damage.
And most of the time when you go to do it, you don't even know how, and that's where you come in too. Can you imagine, you think you got it all together, and I have one, Carol, I don't need one, right?
Yep.
And it could be in your pantry, it could be under your sink. A lot of times people keep them there, and they've been there for years.
Yeah.
So how often should they have them maintained, or get a new one?
They should be looking at them every year, and a minimum of every 5 to 6 years they should be replacing them.
Yeah.
And remember, even if you think you know how to use it, make sure you know how to use it, because there's a lot of times we're like, oh, I've done that. It's like riding a bike. Well, let me tell you, if you haven't rode a bike in a long time, you get back on that thing. Sometimes
when there's a fire, forget it. I can't think of anything but like, oh my God.
Yeah, you panic.
Right, you panic.
Yep.
So there is a way to do it, and the main thing that people do wrong is how they aim it.
And trying to pull that pull pin out.
That's the hardest part.
Oh,
the
yeah.
pull. The first thing.
They struggle. A lot of people struggle with it. And some people don't even realize how much they weigh. They're not very heavy, but it catches you off guard if you don't pick it up every once in a while. And it's like,
see what that feels like, and where to hold it, how to hold it. Oh my God, I'm dead already.
We'll just get you a big one you can keep on the floor, just drag around.
Yeah, let's make sure you have it. You know what? Everybody should have them. Make sure that you have at least a couple of them in the house. Make sure that they are new so that they work when you need it. Make sure that if you have, a lot of people are driving electric cars, you should definitely have one there.
Well, not only the trees, but I guarantee you a lot of people are lighting candles now.
Yeah, it's that time of the year, candle time. Everyone, and by the way, all year round, candles are very, very, very popular.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, we like the way they smell until it's a fire.
Right. And they can happen so easily. Right now, trees, they dry out. They're wonderful, but here in Arizona, if you do not water them, they dry out, and they could go up so easily. So whether it's for you or someone that you know, we're going to keep our lines open here for everyone to get entered in to win a fire extinguisher. So it'll be for, maybe you want to, if you're a real estate agent, man, I think that's great.
Yep.
Protection for the home, right?
Yes.
Protect your asset. Maybe for everybody should be protecting their assets, and we should all know that they work, and that's where Mike comes in. Again, we've got our lines open here for everyone to get entered in to win. We're going to keep our lines open throughout the rest of the show. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You can check him out on his website. He works statewide. He's rated with the Better Business Bureau. It's passfireprotection.com, or call him at 602-833-9117, or call me and get one. You're going to be happy you did.
At ATEX, we're more than just